All right, so this week marks 9 months since I stopped dyeing my gray roots, and probably about 6 months since I decided to actually do this thing and let the gray come out and embrace my natural hair. So today I want to do a little bit of a check-in, but really I want to focus on my gray pattern. Because one of the wonderful and mysterious things about letting your natural hair come in and letting your gray come out is that you start to discover what is your actual pattern. And everyone's gray patterns are so different and fascinating and beautiful. And I love seeing all the examples of how hair grows out. The other thing is that I don't find my pattern as standard or typical compared to other people I know who have started to go gray. Now, if we have never met before, my name is Kat, and Ditching Diets and Dye is all about my personal journey to stop fighting my body and start trusting it instead. So what I'm going to do for this video is to actually get up close and personal with the camera and show you my gray pattern. So apologies if it's awkward or the audio gets a little bit weird, but I'm actually going to tip my head towards the camera to show you. Now, before I do that, one of the reasons that I find my pattern interesting is that when my hair is back, it's actually a lot harder to tell how much gray I actually have. So if I'm not going to pull it fully back, but if I pretend pull it back, you can see that if you just talk to me face on, I don't necessarily look like a person who has a lot of gray. And in fact, the sides of my head are just not that concentrated. Most of the gray, as you can see, is at the top. This is where almost all of my gray pattern is coming in. And if I kind of go to the side of the crown, you'll see that it's gray there. But as soon as I start to go to the side, that's where there's some, but it's way darker. And that's what I find really different, is that when I had friends who were starting to go gray around the same time as me in their 30s, they had this really nice kind of sophisticated little grays coming in at the side. And I thought it was so beautiful. Whereas mine were all concentrated onto the top of my head. And I kind of found that frustrating. Even at the front of my hair, you'll see that the natural salt and pepper that's coming through, we've got some of that brown with some of that silver, as you can see. And I think I have a little bit more of the brown towards the front of my head, whereas there are a lot of people who have gorgeous silver streaks that frame their face and look really nice. Now the sides are not all dark because, as I noticed the other day, kind of tucked behind my ear, just a little pop of gray. I can't see it very well in the preview, but you can get an idea that it's not uniform, but on the whole, my gray is really concentrated to the top of my head. So I would love to hear, if you are going through your gray journey, what's your pattern? Is it more like mine where it's concentrated on the top, or is it more concentrated on the sides? Or maybe it's completely different. This is something I actually find really fascinating, and I kind of love about the discovery process is that everyone has different patterns and their hair looks unique and different. And I think that's actually really exciting. So that's something that's nice about being at that 9-month mark, is that I can really get a better feel for what my hair is going to look like. I cannot know the full picture until it is fully grown out. And yeah, today when I thought 9 months, and then I looked at how much left there is to go, my heart sank just a little bit. But on the whole, I am very happy with where I am in my journey. I am glad that I've decided to do this. And also, I've gotten a lot of amazing feedback from people who are watching these videos. So I want to say thank you, because that has meant a lot to me. So you let me know, how is your gray hair journey going? What is your pattern? And as always, if you find this valuable or you want to come along for the ride, I encourage you to subscribe, and you can click the bell to be notified when there are new videos available.